Hey everybody, this is Paige from Mosaic Moments, and I have another design breakdown video for you, and I just had to talk about this one. This one features the steps dies. It was made by Jody, and she did a really good job. It's one of my favorites from her. I always pull this one out if we're talking about the steps dies or some of our most amazing pages. This is one of my favorites. So let's talk about why this page works so well. And I think naturally part of it's going to be the photos. These were taken in Hawaii, and I've never been there, but it looks amazing. So your photos are probably gonna look pretty good in a place like that. So one of the things I love about this page was Jody's grid paper choice. This is 12 by 12 Sunset from our Ombre collection. So Ombre has multiple colors here, and it worked so well with these photos, and the photos still stand out a lot. I think it helped that she had, a photo like this where the palm trees are really dark, and then this photo is kind of dark. So it stood out really well over the lighter colors like the yellow. She has this blue here, which of course there's a little bit of orange in here, so it's a nice complement. But I think what's working about this layout is the colors of the background are obviously very warm. It has orange and yellow, and what Jody did was all of her photos pretty much and the paper choices she used were cooler. So I think that's one way to add contrast, is mixing warm and cool colors. Now, you're not always going to do that. It can look really nice to combine warmer and cooler colors together. And so again, this blue is a nice complement. She also has this green, and it goes along with the scenery here. And really another reason why this layout stands out is because of the photos. Again, Hawaii, you're just gonna have really good photos. There's really good color in these photographs, so that really stands out. A lot of them have something interesting going on. So I really liked how each of these sections shows something a little bit different. Like here you see this really cool area with these waves, and then you have the palm trees and the ocean, and then here you have a waterfall, and here's this amazing landscape shot right here. So you have this variety of times of the day and landscapes in here. And yet they're all tied together because all of them were cut with the steps dies. So they don't feel random or feel like they don't belong together, even though it looks like they were taken at different times during the trip they were on here. I think another reason why this layout is attractive is because the steps dies were placed in each of the four corners, and then they're separated with this solid sections. And so it doesn't feel too busy. So it's nice that she used these sections to add in a solid photo basically. And it helps that there's kind of more, I know that's just her feet, but it's really more people in these. And so they actually stand out a lot next to these steps dies sections. I also think another thing that's nice in here, she has this yellow flower for the center. It might have been nice to have like this photo here too, or something similar, but this yellow does really stand out, and it's nice that it actually matched the grid paper. A lot of times I consider photos as neutral in a way, but it is nice when the photos can match everything else, like the grid paper as well. I think that was a nice touch. I think it helps the layout stand out. And again, these are all landscape photos. I think the flower gives your eye a break from everything else. So these sections right here are really nice to have. And of course, I love that Jody added these sections. Of course, the steps dies have these spaces to add 1-inch squares. I really like how she just stuck with plain cardstock for these. I think it was nice because it doesn't take away from the photos or anything else. And she did add these tropical leaf die cuts, and you can add different kinds of embellishments, or you could have left it without the embellishment. But I will say the embellishment does also make the layout look really attractive. It adds this really cool texture, and it was really helpful that she kept it simple. So she just reversed the colors. So it's the green with the blue leaf, and then on the edges, it's the blue with the green. So it's just two colors. And I think that's what helps it stand out, is she kept it simple and just kept the two colors, but still had a little variety in there, and it really catches your eye so much more, I think, than if she had used pattern paper or had done all 4 different colors. So again, going simple can go a really long way. This layout overall only has the grid paper, but then only has 2 other colors for the cardstock, and it stands out a lot. And it, you can always break this rule in some cases, but it can be nice to just stick to 2 different color mats, or even just 1, and your layout will look really attractive. So, and I just love this. Their leaves go across here. It looks amazing. So this layout is well balanced. The color choices were kept simple, and the photos look great. Again, not every page you're going to make has great photos like these, but there's a lot of variety going on, and yet it's all kept in a very organized way. Even with the variety going on this layout, everything is organized in a very nice way, and everything was kept simple. All right, I think that's it for today's video. Let me know if you like this layout. Again, it's one of my favorites, and let me know what stuck out to you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.